Hello everybody. Hey, I just want to start this off. I want to thank everybody, all my subscribers and all the people that have put comments down there giving me support to the channel. Whether you're a subscriber or not, feel free to ask a question. You know, you guys are what this is all about. So what we're going to do in this, I found a servo that physically fits the car better. Whether it's going to perform better or not, I don't know yet, because the ESC that I thought I had isn't the one I thought it was. So I am going to have to order another ESC. This new servo fits, it's great, but as far as performance, until I can get an ESC in here and see how, if it's got enough power, see what the reaction time, the response time is on it, I don't know. So let's just go in. I'll show you what I've got right now, waiting on an ESC so we can do a proper run and test the new servo out. We're here to talk about the servos today, but it appears the ESC I got is just a 35 amp. And for some reason I was thinking that it was a 60 amp. And these, I mean, I can change the connectors, but the bullet connectors are the wrong size. So that's another issue for another day. Lots of issues with this thing. All right, here's the two servos. This is what I've got in the brushed car. And this is what I found that is supposed to be a direct replacement. So I'll show you on this one real quick. This is the factory servo that I pulled out of the other car. And this thing is just a couple of millimeters larger. So the bracket that goes over the back end of this, they get a different reflectivity on these two cases. So I can't quite, yeah, that's not too bad. So you can see, well, let's do it this way. All right, the stock servo is 28 millimeters. And this one is almost 30, so 29.9. See what we got in this one. Oh, we have a box in a box. Okay. I don't really understand the box in the box thing. Since there's nothing in this box except this box, why can't they just use this box? This just has a sticker on it. It's above my pay grade, apparently. Oh yeah. So, take a look here. Yeah, 28. So, let's see here. Yeah, that looks like an exact replacement. This one has metal gears in it. Yeah, so this'll just be a direct drop-in. Now, as far as performance difference between this one and the Hitec, I don't know. The Hitec is really fast. The specs on this one don't show it to be quite as fast, but it's pretty close. So for right this minute, I'm going to put this in here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me shut up so I can get this thing out of here. These two screws are all you need to pull out to get the servo out. And I'm not even going to take the servo off. I'm just going to take the arm off of here. And I'll use the screw that came with the new metal servo, because this screw is going into plastic. The only thing I can't do right at this moment, since I don't have an ESC, is I can't properly center this new servo. Here's the bracket that I was talking about. And what this does, it just slides in over the top of the servo, and then there are two little arms, two little tabs that catch the arms on the servo. So it's in there quite securely. These two tabs right here go into the base of the car, into the chassis, so it keeps everything lined up. Now the Hitec servo, see, it's a tiny bit wider than this bracket. So what I did on the other car is there's quite a little bit of material you can pull off of here. So we're needing to pull off 1.8, I think it was 1.9 millimeters. And I just sanded, I took an emery board and I sanded each side of this a little bit, and then I sanded one side of the case just a tiny little bit. It was just enough that it dropped over the top. See, as you can tell, it starts to warp the top because it's spreading these two lower arms out. For this install, we're going to use this servo, and I'll give you the numbers off of this, and I'll put a link to it in the description. So I don't have a proper ESC, and I am at this point I'm unable to test drive the car again. This thing comes with quite a variety of stuff, a lot of little spacers, several different arms. You know, we don't need any of these for this car, although, you know, some of them might come in handy. One thing I need to look at real quick while I'm thinking about it is that, yeah, the diameter of where the servo horn goes on, that's the same, so not a problem. Anyway, this is the little handful of accessories that comes with this. And this will be the one that attaches the arm. I have no idea where this thing is in its travel. We're going to pretend like it's in the middle of its travel, and I'll put this on here, and then once I get a servo on there, see if the spline, yep, splines are even match up. Well, I wasn't going to pop that off the car, but that makes it easier. Don't know if that screw's long enough. No, it's not. That's okay. I have a screw assortment, so I'll find something comparable. Speaking of screw assortments, I just got this in. I've also got these, so I'm sure out of all of this I'll find something that'll put the servo arm back on. So these two little pins right here and here go into these two little holes, and they're a little smaller than the ones that the screws go through. So you just put this thing in here, you wiggle it around, and when you get it in the right place, it's literally, you can feel it snap into place. And all you got to do is put the two screws back in the bottom, and I have these are going into plastic, and I don't have any non-Phillips screws that I can replace these with, so I'm going to use the Phillips screws even though I don't really care to. Then you just snap the arm back on, and we're ready to go. And like I said, I didn't have any power, so I don't know if the servo's in the middle of its travel or not. So I just wanted to keep track of all the parts. When I get ready to put this back together, what I will do is I will pull this arm off before I plug in the servo. That way I can go ahead and center the arm to the center of the servo travel, put the wheels to the middle of their travel, slide this back on, put the screw in, and then we should be good. All right, everything's back together. Put the gear covers back on. No issues with the shaft length on this motor. Everything's ready to go. So just waiting on an ESC now. So as soon as I get an appropriate ESC, and I will go as soon as this video is over in search of an ESC. So appreciate it. All of you guys take care, and I will catch you down the road.